What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Memphis Grizzlies. They had a lot going on this offseason. They let Dillon Brooks walk. They traded for Marcus Smart. Obviously, they got the stuff going on with Morant. So I thought that would be a good time to do this video, man. The goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to hit 3K subs, so every single like, every single sub really does go a long way. I'd appreciate it. But anyways, man, without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
Alright, man, so we're going to start things off with a rotation breakdown, but first let's go ahead and get this out the way. As you guys probably know, Morant has been suspended for the first 25 games of the season. You guys know the whole situation, man. We don't need to get into that. But yeah, we are going to have that suspension in this video, and obviously it's a big loss. I mean, he's the face of our franchise, 24 years old, 93 overall. But hey, it is what it is, man. We're going to need guys to step up while he's out. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get into our rotation breakdown. At the one we got Marcus Smart. He was a part of that 3-team deal with the Boston Celtics and the Washington Wizards. For the Grizzlies specifically, they traded Tyus Jones and a 23rd overall pick, which ended up being Marcus Sasser for Marcus Smart. And he's actually someone Memphis has been trying to get for a while now, and it's not hard to see why, man. He didn't have the best season last year. 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, round up around here. 3-point shot about the same per usual, just a little bit below average, 34%. But obviously it's a defensive impact. I mean, he was defensive player of the year 2 years ago. He fits that old school Memphis Grizzlies style of play, you know, grit and grind, and he can also be a veteran leader for this team, which is very young. I think it is a good pickup, man, especially now that they're going to be without Morant for a little while. Marcus Smart should be able to pick up the slack for him. Then in the 2 we got Desmond Bane, who just signed a 5-year, $207 million deal in July. Is going to kick in next season. This season he's only making 3.85 M's, but yeah, he's about to get paid, so shout out to him. He had a career year last season, man. 22 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and he shot 41% from deep, which is a little bit of a dip. Obviously it's still really good. You know, he turned into a real steal for Memphis, man. 30th overall pick in 2020. He's 25 years old, 85 overall. I think he's a really good fit on this team, especially when Morant is playing. You know, he's someone who gets to the rack really easily. Desmond Bane is a really good kick out option on the perimeter. So like I said, man, I really like his fit here in Memphis. He's going to be safe for this entire video. Then in the 3 we got Ziaire Williams. Now this is kind of out of necessity right now because like I said, Memphis didn't bring back Dillon Brooks this offseason, and it's a big loss, man. He was one of their best defenders. Now they're going to have to roll with Ziaire Williams, 20 years old, actually only a 76 overall because I moved him from a shooting guard to a small forward, and he went up by 3, man. So he used to be a 73 overall. His role actually got smaller last season, 6 points per game, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and he only averaged 15 minutes per game compared to 22 last year, which is a pretty concerning step back for a second-year guy, especially when it was a 10th overall pick in 2021. I'm definitely going to be looking for a new starting small forward in this video, but either way, Ziaire Williams is definitely going to be one of our X factors, man. If he can turn into a nice guy off the bench, that would definitely be a bonus. Anyways, at the 4 we got Jaren Jackson Jr., the reigning defensive player of the year. Didn't look too good for Team USA, I'm not gonna lie, but still, man, in the NBA he looked really good. 24 years old, 87 overall, 19 points a game last season, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks, and he also shot 36% from deep, which is really good. That had taken a dip the last few seasons. Jaren's got 3 years left on his deal, and it's actually a really good contract for us. It's about 27 M's this season, but it is regressing all the way down to 23.41 in 3 years by the time he's 26. I'm sure he's going to want a lot more money after that, but honestly, man, it doesn't really matter to me. I think either way is going to be safe for this entire video. Then in the 5 we got Steven Adams, man. Now he's one of our veterans, 30 years old, 81 overall, just a really solid center. I mean, 9 points a game last season, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Obviously not a 3-point shooter whatsoever. That's totally fine though. He's still really efficient down low, shot 60% from the floor. We'll definitely take that. He's got 2 more years on his deal. It is a flat contract, 12.6 M's per season. Nothing too crazy, man, but like I said, he is 30 years old. He definitely isn't our starting center of the future, so we got to find that at some point. Maybe that guy's going to be Xavier Tillman. I'm not too sure. 24 years old, 78 overall, on an expiring deal. Both Steven Adams and Brandon Clark got hurt last season, and Xavier Tillman really made the most of it. 7 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And take a look at that efficiency, man. 61% shooting from the floor is insane for him. Now, do I see him as my center of the future? Honestly, I don't think so, because he is 6'7", so he's definitely an in-betweener. But I definitely do want to keep him around. Like I said, though, he is on the last year of his rookie deal, so it's really going to come down to how much money he wants. We'll just see how that plays out. Taking a look at the rest of the bench, we got Luke Kennard, 27 years old, 12th overall pick in 2017. Came over from the Clippers last season, and that boy was knocking that 3-ball down, man. 49% shooting from deep is insane, even for Luke Kennard, who obviously has always been a 3-point shooter. Bro went crazy last season, man, that's for sure. He's got 2 more years on his deal. It's also a flat contract, 14.76 M's per season. Honestly, I'm not sure what I want to do with him because we do need his 3-point shooting, but also might need his contract as salary filler for a trade. Like I said, I'm looking for our small forward of the future, so I might include him in a deal. I'm not too sure, man. We'll just see what happens. Then we got Brandon Clark. Now he's 27 years old, 21st overall pick in 2019. Definitely a solid player, 10 points a game last season, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. But the main thing, man, is he just cannot seem to stay healthy. He only played in 56 games this past season, and that really has been the story of his whole career. Just like Xavier Tillman, he's also an in-betweener, 6'8". He can't really space the floor either. So as much as I do like both of them, honestly, I don't think I need both of them. One of them is probably going to get traded at some point in this video. I'm not gonna lie. But one thing Brandon Clark has going for him is he is on a really good deal, 12.5 M's per season for the next 4 years. It's another flat deal. I guess Memphis likes to give those out. But yeah, it's 12.5 M's per year for the next 4 seasons. It's definitely a good budget deal, man. So I think it's going to go back to Xavier Tillman. Like I said, he's on the last year of his contract. So depending on how much he wants, that'll probably decide who I pick between these two. Then we also got another big man off the bench. That is Santi Aldama, 22 years old, 76 overall. He looked pretty solid last year, man. 9 points a game, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Also shot 35% from deep, which is really nice, especially as a 7-footer. When it comes to our bigs off the bench, you know, Xavier Tillman, Brandon Clark, Santi Aldama, he's really the only one who can space the floor well, so that's definitely a plus for him, man. He's not safe for this video by any means, but if he can keep knocking down those shots, man, that'll definitely help him stick around. And the last guy on 10-man rotation is Derrick Rose. It's pretty cool that he's on the team. Obviously, he went to Memphis in college, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not expecting a whole lot. He's 35 years old, 75 overall. He didn't play a whole lot with the Knicks last season, only averaged 13 minutes per game. But hey, we need point guards, especially while John Morant is out, so he should be a pretty decent backup for us. Now we got some guys outside the rotation. Let's go ahead and breeze past him here. We got Josh Christopher, 21 years old, 74 overall, began his career with the Houston Rockets. He didn't really have the most consistent role. I mean, he is a good athlete, but he only shot 24% from deep last season, and as a guard, that's pretty tough. Like I said, we might move on from a guy like Luke Kennard at some point, so maybe that'll free up some minutes for Josh Christopher. We'll see what he can do, but honestly, I'm not expecting a whole lot. Then we got another young guy, which is David Roddy, 22 years old, 23rd overall pick in 2022. He's pretty undersized for a small forward slash power forward. He's only 6'4", so that's a little bit of a concern, but he is built like a tank. I mean, the guy definitely is strong, so he is able to defend above his height. But yeah, he is an older second-year guy, only a 73 overall. We'll just see how he progresses. We also got Jake LaRavia. Now he's 21 years old, 19th overall pick in 2022. He's 6'7", he can play small forward, and we are looking for some young guys who can step up at that position, so there is an opportunity for him to carve out a role, man. We'll just see how he progresses. Then we got John Conchar. Now he's 27 years old, undrafted guy, 72 overall. I thought he's going to progress much more, man, so he's not really a part of our future plans. The same goes to Jacob Gilliard. He's 25 years old, undrafted guy as well, 70 overall. I'm not expecting a whole lot. And then we got Vince Williams Jr. Now he was a second-round pick in 2022. Not the best size for a 2'3", you know, he's only 6'4". Also an older second-year guy, 23 years old. So honestly, I don't think he's a part of our future plans. But speaking of future plans, man, let's get into our 3-year game plan. Starting off with season 1, it's pretty simple. I talked about it a lot. I definitely want to find my small forward of the future, whether that's via trade, free agency, or the draft. I'm not too sure, but that's definitely the big hole in our lineup that we got to find. Then for season 2, I definitely want to assess my center core. You know, Steven Adams is cool right now, but he is 30 years old. And our 2 backups, Xavier Tillman and Brandon Clark, both of them are undersized. Now they can really space the floor. So by year 2, we definitely got to get that position sorted out. And then for season 3, man, per usual, buy if necessary. We should definitely be competing for a championship by then. If that is the case, then I'll make a few moves to help us win right now. But anyways, man, that's a look at our 3-year game plan. Let's not waste any more time. Let's look around and see if there's any moves we can do. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to send Zaire Williams, Luke Kennard, and 3 unprotected first-round picks in 2024, 26, and 28 to the Toronto Raptors for OG Anunoby and Otto Porter. I know the Raptors have been reluctant to hit the reset button. You know, there's been some reports that anything they can do what the Heat did last season, you know, making a run to the finals, but that was before they lost Fred VanVleet in free agency. So I think now's the right time for them to hit the reset button. I'm giving them a young player, Zaire Williams, 22 years old, 10th overall pick in 2021, which was only 2 years ago, so he definitely still has potential. I'm also going to give them Luke Kennard, a salary filler, and of course those 3 first-round picks. I think that's a really good return for OG. And for us, man, I think OG would be the perfect fit as our small forward of the future. He's 26 years old, 82 overall, looked really good last season, 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. And he also shot 39% from deep. I mean, bro, we'd have Marcus Smart, OG Anunoby, and Jaren Jackson Jr. That is the best defensive trio in the league without a doubt. Whether it's guards, forwards, or centers, they got someone to lock you up. So this definitely is a deal that I want to pull off. Let's go and give this a shot. Will they say yes to this deal? And they will. OG Anunoby, welcome to the Grizzlies. Then I released Otto Porter. He was on an expiring deal, 30 years old, can't really stay healthy. I'd rather free up a roster spot for Kelly Oubre, man. He's still a free agent in real life, which is pretty crazy to me because he had a really good season last year, man. He's 27 years old, 79 overall. We need some backup like shooting guard, small forward depth. He can definitely provide that for us. Let's try 4.25 M's, 2 years. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. And that's the team for year 1, man. We got Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, OG Anunoby, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams. That's definitely not too bad. And of course, we are going to get John Morant after the first 25 games. We're going to look really good after that. But anyways, we also got Kelly Oubre Jr. off the bench, Xavier Tillman, Brandon Clark, also Santi Aldama, and Derrick Rose. I don't think we're going to be a championship team this year, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Let's go and send the first 25 games and see what we look like without Ja. I meant so the first 25 games are in the books for 15 and 10, 5th seed in the Western Conference. Honestly, not too bad, but obviously we're about to be a lot better. John Morant is back in the mix. The starting 5 is now him, Desmond Bane, OG Anunoby, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams. Off the bench, I got Marcus Smart, Kelly Oubre Jr., Brandon Clark, Santi Aldama, and Derrick Rose. I ended up taking Xavier Tillman out the rotation because we have so many bigs already. I mean, it's not like he was doing a whole lot, to be honest with you. 3 points per game, and he definitely came back down to earth when it comes to his efficiency, 46% shooting from the floor. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, I might try to move him at the trade deadline because, again, he's on an expiring deal. He's not in our rotation anymore. I'm definitely going to look around and see what I can get. But anyways, I do want to take a very quick look at the stats, see what guys are doing without John Morant. And Desmond Bane, bro, 26 points per game is insane for him. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal as well, and shooting 47% from deep. That is insane. We also got OG Anunoby, 20 points per game. That's pretty good. Jaren Jackson Jr., 17 and 6. We'll take a better look at the stats once the season's over, but I just wanted to check it out real quick and see who is stepping up. And before we get into anything else, I'm also going to try to re-sign OG Anunoby here, 22.5 M's per year for 3 seasons. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. Anyways, man, let's get back to simming. So the boys are hooping up. The Ja came back, man. We finished 50 and 32. That's pretty solid. Let's take a look at the awards here. Luka Doncic MVP. Do we have anything that concerns us? It's not looking like it, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams? Do we have anything here for the Memphis Grizzlies? It's got to be like Jaren, right? Yeah, there we go. Jaren Jackson Jr., all defensive second team. We'll definitely take that. And I think that's it for us. Okay, so we're the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. We were 5 before Ja came back. That's a nice little increase. Speaking of Ja, he led the way for us. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. And how'd he shoot from deep? 33%. I mean, that's to be expected for him. But we do got Desmond Bane, 48% from deep. That's insane. We also got OG Anunoby, 38. We got Marcus Smart, 35. Not a lot of 3-point shooting, man. We definitely got to try to fix that moving forward. But anyways, Desmond Bane, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. He definitely took a step back after Ja Morant came back, but that's to be expected. Still though, man, I think he showed he can be our second scoring option, so that's good. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of the stats, Jaren Jackson Jr., 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. We also got OG Anunoby, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Kelly Oubre off the bench looked pretty solid for us, 12 points. We'll definitely take that. Also 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And then Marcus Smart, 10 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Let's take a look at the rest of the bench here. We got Santi Aldama, 6 points, 3 boards. That's pretty solid. What about Derrick Rose, man? How did he do off the bench for us? 6 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Not too bad for 12 minutes per game. But anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run. So we're going up against the Phoenix Suns in the first round. That is a really tough matchup. Yeah, come on, bro. We got to go up against these guys in the first round, despite being a 3 seed. That's unfortunate. But yeah, they got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Josh Okogie, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. This is going to be tough, man. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with the rotation right here, right now. I mean, I think we have to. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. This looks pretty good to me. I gave some more minutes to the starters and ended up taking Derrick Rose out the rotation because Marcus Smart is going to be my backup 1-2. But anyways, let's see if that is enough to make it out of this first round. This is going to be tough, man. As we win game 1, okay. It is 2-0 us. Let's see. Okay, I was going to say we're not going to go 3-0 on them, but it is 3-1. Can we get the gentleman sweep? Yes, we can. Wow, okay. That's a really good sign, boys. So now we're here in the second round going up against the Golden State Warriors. This is also going to be tough. As taking a look at the matchup, they got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney. Same starting 5 in real life. Let's get into this thing, man, as we're going to take this game by game per usual. We lose game 1. It is 2-0 them. I really can't mess around with the rotation too much more. And okay, we do win that game. That's good. But we're down 3-1. Yeah, I'm just going to sim it, man. And we lose. Okay, so there really wasn't much we could do there. They definitely are a good team. It is what it is, man. We're young. We'll be fine. But yeah, it is going to be the Warriors and the 76ers in the finals. Let's go ahead and just sim this thing. And it is going to be Philly getting the clean sweep. Wow. Led by James Harden, finals MVP. I don't know how realistic that is. But either way, shout out to him. So we did have pick number 25 in the draft, but it's going to go to the Raptors as a part of the OG Anunoby trade. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and skip the draft. So the only guy we have to re-sign in free agency is Xavier Tillman. I know he fell out of the rotation this year, but I mean, I'm not going to let him walk for nothing. He's still 25 years old, 77 overall. So let's try to get this thing done, man. 6 M's, 3 years. Will he say yes? And he will. There we go. Let's check out play progression now. Ja Morant up 3-95. We'll definitely take that. Jaren Jackson Jr. up 1-87, but it does say 88 there. Also, Desmond Bane up 1-85. It says 86 for him. I don't know what that's all about, but anyways, OG Anunoby up 2-84. It says 85 for him. Marcus Smart stayed put. That's fine. He's 30 years old. Kelly Oubre Jr. up 2-81. That's really good. Brandon Clark stayed put. Xavier Tillman up 1-78. Steven Adams, man, down 4-76. That's pretty tough. We definitely got to figure things out for our center spot. Then we got Santi Aldama up 1-76. Josh Christopher up 2-76. We also got David Roddy up 2-75. Jake LaRavia up 2-74. And then we also got Derrick Rose down 3-72. He's 35 years old, so it is what it is. We also got John Conchar down to 1-71 and Vince Williams Jr. up 2-71. That's a look at the team, man. We're trending in the right direction, that's for sure. But let's move on to season 2, where the goal is definitely to compete for a championship. I'm into the team for year 2 is Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, OG Anunoby, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark. Off the bench, you got Marcus Smart, Kelly Oubre. We also got Xavier Tillman, Santi Aldama, and Josh Christopher. I'm not gonna lie, man. I keep coming back to my starting center. I think that is a position I want to upgrade here. Again, Brandon Clark is cool, but he's 6'8". He's definitely undersized for the 5 spot. And after re-signing Xavier Tillman on a really good deal this past offseason, Tillman's making less money than Brandon Clark. He's also younger, same overall. He's able to space the floor a little bit better. Like, I just think Brandon Clark is probably going to be the odd man out. It is what it is. So yeah, I think the game plan is just to start Brandon Clark at the beginning of the season. You know, we're going to try to boost his value, and when we get to the trade deadline, we'll probably move on from him. That's the way I see it playing now. So let's not waste any more time, man. Let's send him to the trade deadline and see what we can do. I'm answer here to trade Atlanta. We're 27-24, 3rd seed in the Western Conference, which is actually pretty crazy, but it's still not good enough for me. We definitely need to make a trade here, and I think Brandon Clark's the one that has to go, man. 6 points per game, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. I mean, obviously he's not the main scoring option. I definitely get that, but when you look at the per 36, like across the board, this is just not a very good season for him. He's not shooting the ball nearly as efficiently either, so I think he is the guy who has to go. Let's go ahead and try to see what we can find. So here's what I'm thinking, man. I'm trying to send Brandon Clark, Josh Christopher, Derrick Rose, and a 2nd round pick to the Miami Heat for Clint Capela and Jeb Smart. Miami still has Bam Adebayo, so I think they would be willing to trade Capela. Capela. What they really need is some more guard depth. They don't have a lot of that. So I'm going to give them 2 guards, man. Josh Christopher and Derrick Rose, plus the 2nd round pick. I think that's more than fair. And then for us, man, I think Capela is a really good fit. He's 6'10", really good size. And he can also be a really good rim runner. You know, a lot there for Ja Morant. I think this definitely would be an upgrade. So let's go and see if they will say yes to this thing. And they will. Clint Capela, welcome to the team. And now that we traded away some guards, we need to bring in a new one. I think Campaign will be a really nice backup point guard for us, man. He just got waived by the Spurs in real life. He's still a free agent here. So let's go and try to get this thing done. Just a 1-year veteran minimum. And he says yes, cool. So now we got a starting 5 of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, OG Anunoby, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Clint Capela. I'll dimension got Marcus Smart, Kelly Oubre Jr., Xavier Tillman, Santi Aldama, and now Campaign. I feel pretty good about that, man. Like I said, we're the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, which isn't too bad. But anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to simming. So you went 51-31 this season. I think that's only 1 game better than last year. I'm not too sure, but either way, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything for the Memphis Grizzlies? Forgot what team we were for a second, but no, we don't. That's fine. What about the All-NBA teams? Let's take a look at this thing, as we do got All-NBA 2nd team for Ja Morant. That's really good. What else do we got here? Probably something for Jaren. Yep, there we go. All defensive 2nd team for a 2nd year in a row, and I'm guessing that's going to be it for us. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're the number 3 seed in the Western Conference once again, just like last season. Let's go and take a look at the stats now. Ja Morant led the way for us, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, and how do you shoot from deep? 36%, man. We'll definitely take that. Also, Desmond Bane, 42%. We got OG Anunoby, 36%. We got Marcus Smart, 35%, and Campaign, 39%. Still not a whole lot of 3-point shooting, but I think we have just enough. But anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the stats. We got Desmond Bane, 19 points a game, also 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Jaren Jackson Jr., 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Then we got OG Anunoby, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Kelly Oubre off the bench for us, still looking pretty solid. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. We also got Marcus Smart averaging about the same numbers, 9 points and 4 assists. And then Clint Capela with us, 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. Not too bad. Anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. But let's not waste any more time, man. Let's get into this playoff run. So we're going up against the Dallas Mavericks in the 1st round. Let's go and take a look at this matchup, as they still got the backcourt of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, but now they got Josh Green, Olivier Maxence Prosper, and Derek Lively. Honestly, that's not too good, man. I think we can win this series, but knowing my luck, I'm sure I'm going to jinx this thing. Anyways, let's take this game by game, as we won game 1, okay? It is 1-1 now. Let's see. Okay, I was going to say if we lost that game, I would have shortened the rotation, but it's 2-2 now. I think it's time to do that, man. Let's go ahead and make this a 9-man real quick. All right, so I don't know why the CPU was messing around with my minutes, but we got this thing sorted out. Gave some more minutes to the starters, and then Campaign is out the rotation because we still got Marcus Smart as like our backup 1-2. Let's see if that is enough to win 2 games here against the Dallas Mavericks, as we win that game, okay, and we do close it out. All right, so now we're here in the 2nd round, and we're going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Let's take a look at the matchup. They got Shake Milton, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. It's a pretty good team, but I think that we are better, as we are going to take this game by game. We win game 1, okay. It is 2-0 us. Let's see, 3-0. Are we going to get the clean sweep? And we will, okay. So now we're here in the conference finals, and we are going to go up against the OKC Thunder. Let's take a very quick look at the matchup here, as they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Gordon Hayward now. Interesting. Also Jalen Williams and Andre Drummond, not Chet Holmgren. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm not going to lie, that makes me a lot less scared of this team. I mean, they're still really good, don't get me wrong, but I think we should be able to win this. As we lose game 1, let's see, did I speak too soon? We're down 2-0 now. Come on, bro, not like this. Okay, we win that game, that's good. And we get gentlemen swept by the OKC Thunder without Chet Holmgren. That's tough, man. It looks like they did win it all, though, so I guess that makes me feel a little bit better. Either way, though, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Finals MVP. Shout out to him. So we do have pick number 26 in the draft. Nothing too crazy, but let's go to draft night and check it out. And also, I forgot to mention, I completely forgot to upload the 2024 class. That's my bad. So we're just going to go auto-generated classes the rest of the way. I see this guy, Derek McKinney, who apparently should have gone off the board a long time ago. He is 22 years old. That's unfortunate, but he's still a 6'6" shooting guard. Jerry Sloan, all-star ceiling. That's pretty solid. Let's go to make that pick, man. Welcome to the team. So we got to resign a few guys in free agency. The first one is Clint Capela, 21 M's, 2 years. Will he say yes it is? And it looks like he will. There we go. I'm also going to try to re-sign Kelly Oubre, 7.81 M's, 1 year. Will he say yes? And he will. Cool. And last but not least, I'm going to bring back Campaign, just a 1-year veteran minimum, same as last time. And he says yes. Okay. So now we're here play progression. Ja Morant went up 1-96. That's good. Jaren Jackson Jr. up 1-88. Desmond Bane stay put in 85. That's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. OG Anunoby up 1-85. Then we got some older guys here, Marcus Smart, Clint Capela, and Kelly Oubre. They all stay put, man, and honestly, I'll take that. Then we got Xavier Tillman staying put. We also got Santi Aldama up 1-77. And David Roddy, man, up 2-77. That's a nice development. What else do we got here? Not much. We got John Contra up 1-72, but that's about it, man. So I feel pretty good about this thing still. Let's move on to season 3, where it's definitely time to win a championship. So we got the same starting 5 for year 3. Honestly, we got the same everything, except now we got David Roddy getting some minutes instead of Campaign. I think it's the right move, man. He's been progressing well for us. So let's see what he can do. Before we get into simming, I'm going to try to re-sign Jaren Jackson Jr. He's going to get his bag, man. 35.7 M's per year for 4 seasons. Will he say yes it is? And he will. Anyways, now that we got that done, let's get to simming. Talk to me, but talk to me nice. The boys are hooping this season, man. 59 and 23, and Ja Morant MVP, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, shot 36% from deep. Shout out to him. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? It's not looking like it, but that's fine. Anyways, let's take a look at the All-NBA teams. We got Ja Morant, obviously All-NBA first team. Do we have anything else here for the Memphis Grizzlies? As we still got Jaren Jackson Jr., all defensive second team, and I think that's it for us. Okay, so we're the #1 seed in the Western Conference. That's good to see. Let's take a look at the stats now. You guys already saw Ja's stats. Let's take a look at Desmond Bane now. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Round up around here, and he shot 43% from deep. That's really good. Still not a lot of 3-point shooting. I mean, Ja Morant 36. We also got Jaren Jackson Jr. 36%. We got Santi Aldama 35. I guess it's pretty decent. Anyways, Jaren Jackson Jr. averaged 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. We also got OG Anunoby 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Then we got Kelly Oubre still doing his thing off the bench, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. And then Clint Capela 7 points, but 12 rebounds and 1 block. That's not too bad. We also got David Roddy. He didn't play a whole lot, but still 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. That's not too bad. Anyways, man, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats, but let's try to win this championship. Who are we going to face in the first round? It looks like it's going to be the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, let's take a look at the matchup real quick, as they got Scoot Anderson, Jalen Suggs, Shaedon Sharpe, Rui Hachimura, and Yusuf Nurkic, with I guess Dane coming off the bench. I don't really know. I guess Anthony Simons isn't there either. I'm not too sure, but either way, I think we should be able to beat them pretty easily here, as hopefully I'm not jinxing myself. We win game 1. We are up 2-0 now. It is 3-0 us, and we do get the clean sweep. Okay, so now we're here in the second round, and it looks like we're going up against the Golden State Warriors. Let's take a look at the matchup, as they got Steph Curry, Moses Moody, not Klay Thompson, also Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, and now Miles Turner. That's interesting. I would love to see him on the team right now, but we're in year 3, man, so this definitely is an older team. Let's go ahead and give it a shot here, as we're going to take this game by game. We do win game 1. We are up 2-0 now. It is 3-0 us, and we get the clean sweep. Wow, okay. So now we're here in the conference finals, and look who we're going up against. The OKC Thunder, man. This is our revenge series here, as they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Chris Middleton, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren back in the mix. So was he on the team and just not starting last year? I don't know what was going on. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but I gotta look that up real quick. So apparently Chet Holmgren was on the team last year, and I guess they just wanted to start Andre Drummond instead. I don't know what was going on at OKC, man. But anyways, we're gonna take this game by game, as we did win game 1. We are up 2-0 now. It is 2-1 us, 3-1 us, and we do get the gentleman sweep. Wow, okay. And here we are in the NBA Finals, man. That's pretty crazy. It looks like we're going up against the Detroit Pistons. Let's take a look at the matchup, as they got Kate Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. Kawhi Leonard now is pretty scary. They also got Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Duren. The double center cheese, man, that's going to be really tough. But honestly, when you look at the overalls, like, I think we got them beat here. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. I'm going to shorten the rotation right here, right now, because I'm not even going to risk it. So let me do that real quick. You guys know the deal, man. I gave more minutes to the starters and not so much for the bench. Took David Roddy out of it. So let's see if that is enough to make it out of this thing and win a championship in year 3. As we win that game, okay. It is 1-1 now. Let's see, 2-1 us, 3-1 us. Can we close this thing out? And we can. There we go. The Memphis Grizzlies have won a championship in year 3. And no surprise here, they were led by Ja Morant, finals MVP, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 1 steal. Come on, man. That guy was on a mission this entire season. Shout out to him. But actually, it was Desmond Bane who led the way in the closeout game. 33 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. We also got OG Anunoby, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Ja Morant, 20 points, 8 boards, 12 dimes. Like, yeah, man, everybody stepped up here. This is definitely a really good team, man. I mean, as long as Ja Morant keeps carrying, they're going to be competing for titles for a very long time. Ja's the 97. You still got Jaren Jackson Jr. 89. You got Desmond Bane 87, OG Anunoby 86. And I mean, the bench is pretty good too. Like, this team definitely turned out pretty good, man. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Again, I'm on the road to 3K, so every single like, every single sub really does go a long way. I really would appreciate it. But anyways, this has been 2KJ. Blessings.